Transgender individuals are nearly 4 times as likely as cisgender individuals to experience a mental health condition. Why is this? I think there's been a huge focus on mental health over the last year and a half, as everyone can imagine, and really starting to learn, what does it mean to be able to cope? Good mental health and being able to cope is to cope with normal life stressors. But what happens when life stressors become really, really unprecedented and persistent and extremely stressful? There are many different things that determine or impact people's mental health. There are social factors, basically housing, family, discrimination, a history of trauma, things like that. There's psychological factors, meaning brain chemistry, and again, trauma would be under that. I think social and psychological kind of go together. And then there's biological factors. So there are hereditary components to how people present mental health-wise. There's also a genetic component to how we break down certain medications. That's why one medication may work for one person and another one doesn't work for a different person. So I think it has a lot to do with fear, living in fear, trauma, stigma, family issues. I think it's really important to make a distinction here, though, and say that being transgender does not predispose you to mental illness. It's society's way of dealing with transgender folks. It's our cultural way of dealing with gender identity that makes them more likely to have depression or anxiety. There was some data from the Society of Adolescent Health and Medicine that was released in 2018 that I think really, really illustrates this beautifully. Using the name that an adolescent would like to be called decreases risk of depressive thoughts by 71%, decreases suicidal ideation by 34%, and decreases suicide attempts by 65%. That's just using the name that they want to be called. There's no intervention in medicine that's as effective as that. And that is just a very simple, respectful, and kind thing that we can do and that we should do.